Hey everyone, Morgan here from the Wayne Public Library. It is our fifth and final day of our quarantine crafts for National Library Week. I have really been looking forward to bringing this craft game to you. It does take a few items, but I think it's all going to be stuff you have around the house. So let's start off with the list of what you need. So you can either use tissues or paper towels, not the roll, just paper towels. Okay, and we'll talk about that in a second. A really large kitchen lid with a handle. It could be clear. This is just one I have. It could be whatever you have. You need some kind of like masking tape or colorful tape or duct tape, something that'll stick onto like a carpeted surface fairly well. So we'll also need a carpeted surface. String, you could use yarn. This is some butcher twine that I had in my kitchen. Scissors. Some kind of token. I'm just going to, you could use Legos or anything you want. I'm just going to use some pennies because I have, a jar of change at my house. So if you have a piggy bank or a jar of change, you'll at least need 5 tokens for each player. So I do have 15 here just to show you an example when we get to our gameplay section of this video. And the last thing you need is 2 dice. Well, I would say come borrow some dice from me, but don't come over. But I have, you don't know this, but I like to collect dice. I'm weird. So I definitely have a lot of dice at my house. So I'm gonna get a weird non-matching set. What about pink and red? I've got all kinds of crazy colors though. Maybe I'll just do some basic. How about Elmwood? Represent Elmwood. How about we do that? Some blue and white. Get some senior love for the 2020 seniors. We're thinking about you guys. We are all feeling bad that you don't get to experience your entire senior year, that's for sure. So we'll get some Elmwood love, some Elmwood pride in there. Also, I think that's all the items you need. Some of these will be more for gameplay, but what we need to do first is to create our game pieces. So each player needs a game piece. So your game piece consists of, and this is preference, honestly. I prefer, in the original instructions, they said use a tissue and roll it up. I'll show you how to do that. I did one. I think it's too lightweight. It's not my favorite. I prefer the paper towel, but I will show you how to fold it. Whoops, that one has a natural crease in it. So I just fold it into half and then into half again. And then I flip it over so the crease is inside. And I just kind of do a roll fold kind of thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. I do think it's harder to attach the string without making it totally curled. Well, not completely uncurled. And I kind of prefer these flatter, kind of slightly heavier piece with the paper towel. Obviously not super heavy because it's still just a paper towel. And I think it's really easy to get this to have to be round and to get it to tie right. So, whatever you want to use, but I do prefer the paper towel. So I will show you this. And you do need a string that is 2 foot long. Well, listen, I'm not going to measure 2 feet because we all know about my issues with accuracy and perfection. So what I'm doing is I'm just cutting a really long string and then I'm double knotting it. I like to go once around so it's like just regular, and then I always do twice. Always. That's an embroidery thing. And then I'm going to do it again. Go once and then twice. And then cinch that down, and I'll tell you what. Whoops, I lost one. Nope, there we go. And I'll tell you what, that knot will never come undone. So you can be as ruthless with this game piece as you want. So just trim off your extra, and there's a game piece. The only thing I'm doing is putting all my game pieces in my hand, this is how I'm measuring to make sure they're all the same length. So they're not. So I'm just going to cut off that extra. So now I roughly have, so it doesn't matter if it's 2 feet, they're all the same. I will show you, it's the same thing with the paper towels pretty much. So I'm just going to take my paper towel. I think I forgot already how I folded it, but I think I folded it lengthwise. And then like this, yeah. Then I'm flipping it over again so that seams on the inside. Then I do like making this kind of like a flat little package. So just like that. Yeah, I like the feel of that better. So, and I'm just gonna do the same thing. So, and they always are unrolling. How silly. All right. So this is your game piece, and like I said, make sure each person has one of these. So now I have 4 game pieces. Maybe I'll just show you with 2 when we go to play. And you can play with, 2 to 3 people is totally fine. All right, well, I can't fib out on you. I gotta make sure they're all measuring the same. Just to be fair. Oh yeah, no, I made that one way long. And they don't have to be perfect. Okay, I could use that for something else. Okay. If you want to measure, be more accurate, don't be wasteful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tray with my game pieces, my dice, my masking tape, my tokens, which I'm using pennies, and my lid. And that's all I personally need. And we're going to go find a carpeted surface and play this game. I'm also going to post, because there's kind of a lot of different rules. I'll go over the rules as we're going, and I think I'll post them because they're kind of detailed, and you can make it as difficult or as easy as you want. So, all right. Okay, so I am on the floor, and I've created, out of the masking tape, I've created my circle that is significantly bigger than my lid. Under my lid, we have put our mice. So these are our mice in the center. And this is our cat. So this is a cat and mouse game. Now, this is a hard angle to shoot, so I'm going to do my best. Everybody's got their 5 tokens in front of them, and they've got their string for their mouse. So what happens is you take your 2 dice, you roll your 2 dice, so you have a cat for each round, and the cat has to be out of the circle, so I'm just showing you for effect right now that I'm in the circle. And you have to roll doubles. So you have to make it so it's visual for everybody to see, all your players, and as soon as you roll a double, which it might take me a while, all right, the next roll, I'm just going to pretend like it's a double, okay? All right, so when you roll a double, like I said, you have to be out of the shot or out of the circle. And then you kind of try to trap the mice as quick as you can. Well, as soon as everybody, all the players see that it's a double, they try to pull their mouse. Well, you got to be careful. Try to pull their mouse out before the mouse before the cat traps the mice. So here's the deal. There are certain aspects to this game. Now, if you have little kids you're playing with, if they pull it all the way out of the circle, that's okay. But if you want to make it trickier, here's some of the rules. So if your cat traps a mouse, could be just one, they have to give that mouse a token. Or they have to give, I'm going to mess this up. They have to give that mouse has to give the cat a token. Okay? So obviously you want to have as many tokens as possible. All right. Now, if all of your mice get pulled out and none are trapped, the cat gets nothing. So, here's the other trickier part. If the mouse pulls too hard and pulls out of the circle, then they still have to give the cat a token, even if they don't get trapped. So you can make your circle as big as you want or as small as you want to make it tricky. Now, if the cat rolls not doubles and traps mice, then the cat has to give a token to each mouse. So you don't want to mess up. If you're the cat, you don't want to mess up. And if you're a mouse, you don't want to pull it out of the circle. I think that is all of the tricks. Like I said, I'm going to post them in case I missed any for gameplay. But you get 5 tries. And after you're the cat, start with the oldest player and go to the left. Usually start with the youngest player, but I think it's harder work to be the cat. So start with the oldest player and then work your way left and have fun. So, and have at least 5 tokens. If you want the game to be longer, do 10 or more or whatever you want. I'm going to give you a shot of the gameplay area a little bit better. So there's our circle, and there's our mice, there's our tokens, and there's our dice. So I hope you have fun with this cat and mouse game. I thought it was really cute, really fun, and really simple with stuff you probably have around the house. So I think you find a good amount of time and enjoyment out of this game. So I will post all of the instructions and all of the details at the bottom. And enjoy. Happy National Library Week, you guys. We're missing you dearly. And like I said, in support of the 2020 seniors, we got our Elmwood dice. All right, you guys. We will see you on Monday. Bye.